Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the show presented by Kala, Krazy about literature and arts in association with Let's Talk. Let's Talk creates safe and reflective spaces for meaningful conversations, spaces where we connect, listen, and grow together. Kala just concluded the Kala Literature Festival 2026 in New Delhi on the 7th and 8th of February. It was a vibrant celebration of literature, ideas, and cultural dialogue. At the festival, we also launched Kala's commissioned anthology, Light of Spring, uh, featuring 43 emerging writers. We also celebrated the launch of Echoes of Dharma by Dr. Sarath Chandra Rao Sanku, an Indian author now based in Japan, marking an important step in Kala's journey as literary agents supporting powerful global voices. Before we begin, a quick note. Today's episode is being recorded and the recording will be available on the Kala YouTube channel at Sanjay Chandra 5376. Now let me introduce to you our moderator, uh, Mridu Manocha.
Evening.
Good evening, Mridu. Good evening, Mridu. From the erstwhile city of Bombay, Mridu is a natural conversationalist with a vivid imagination and eclectic reading taste. Her professional journey across hospitality and school administration reflects her deep belief that no one is an island and that meaningful dialogue builds meaningful communities. And now, our guest. Welcome to the show, Madhukar Parikh ji.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. A quick introduction. Madhukar Parikh is an internationally acclaimed, award-winning author, motivator, and strategic advisor whose four-decade professional journey took him from shop floor supervisor to managing director in multinational enterprises. With academic grounding in engineering and management, including MBA degrees from the United States, he brings both structural precision and visionary thinking to his writing. His globally translated book, The Luminous Thread, bridges ancient spiritual wisdom and modern science, offering a compelling vision of harmony between heritage and innovation. His other works include Nothing Can Stop Him, Know the Knowns, and Pavanputra Hanuman. He also contributed to several anthologies, including the recently launched Light of Spring. So sit back, relax, and join Mridu in conversation with Madhukar Parikh on the show presented by Kala in association with Let's Talk. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar, Madhukar sir. Very welcome
Namaskar.
to the show.
Namaskar.
Namaskar ji. So, viewers, we are back with another author, a person who loves the books, the written word, loves to read, loves to write. Let's get to know the gentleman. Madhukar sir, to begin with, as Chandra sir just mentioned, that you have a background in tech and then in MBA. So could you just tell us about what exactly in engineering have you done? You, sir, mentioned mechanical engineering, I think.
Basically, I was an electrical engineer. I have done my
sorry.
engineering in 74.
Right.
And thereafter, my journey started as a software supervisor. And during my curriculum, I decided to do further courses and done a lot of my part-time courses. And one of that is MBA from Newport University, California. A specialization in international marketing.
All right. But then how from engineering and marketing, you have to read so much there. Did you find time for your pleasure reading?
Uh, Reading, really, I'm not that aware of reading books. I was just reading those days Perry Mason and such type of books and enjoying those type of novel and other things when I was, I've been talking about something where in 1980 or something. But the
Mm-hmm.
real reading started in 2008. That was the year which I can say which motivated me. That what happened actually in 2008, I was traveling, coming back to Baroda. Those days we are staying in Baroda, and my flight was delayed in Bangalore
Okay.
airport. So I was just moving in the airport and I saw Crossword and I went into the bookstore and my eyes stuck to a specific book which was a very unique name, that is Leadership Wisdom. The
Okay.
leadership and wisdom, both words are something very different. And what would be the book? And I just peeped into the book and I saw even the author name was also very unique. I mean, like Anglo-Indian, Robin Sharma. It's
Right.
beautiful. So that was the starting point, I can say. Just crossing the bend and going towards my goal. Came back to Baroda, started reading book.
Lovely.
I'm so
So
fascinated.
basically, you've always been a reader. It's just that you changed your genre. You started with pleasure reading, Perry Mason's, and then you moved on to study reading, your engineering and your MBA. And then you again shifted genre into the non-fiction category. And now you have a whole plethora of genres to go through and enjoy.
Fic fic
So, Hanji.
fiction, fiction generally is my favorite genre. That is what even Robin Sharma books we see.
Ji.
They don't talk about non-fiction because you know a lot of R&D we have to do when we talk about
Right.
non-fiction. My fourth book, it took a lot of time and a lot of pain, which I say that it is even non-fiction. It is not even non-fiction. It is not even a religious book. It's something like
Mhm.
autobiography, I can say. It's something we are
Sir,
talking
could
about.
you, for the knowledge of our viewers, just enunciate all your four book names? We obviously have met over Luminous Thread, but you've written two before that and one after that. So could you just let us know about all your books? A small little brief about each one, their names also, please.
So, my first book was Know the Knowns. I gave the name Know the Knowns because we know the things we again and again repeat. So, knowing the knowns. And that book is the book which my writing journey started. And in during 2017, there was a devastating cyclone hit coastal area, Visakhapatnam specifically.
G, G,
And
G.
my son got a job there, and finally he wanted me to stop working because I was something like 65, and he said that Dad, come down to Vizag. So I visited Vizag and I saw all the very painful happenings that telephone and electric poles are broken and fall down, trees are fall down. So that triggered me, and my first book is about that.
All right.
Started with the devastating cyclone. A guy, a center character, a gave name of Bhai Kaka, who runs the total book, and he start from zero to he nurture many people in his life. And the second book,
Mhm.
Nothing Can Stop Him, is the series of the second book. But in the first and second book, in between, one another character, we in short name we called the character Tinu. That
Oh.
boy lost his parent during the
Mm-hmm.
devastating cyclone in Vizag, and he don't have anybody. So Bhai Kaka took him, he adopted him. The whole story start, and I try to give every aspect of the life, right from a toddler, how a toddler has to be taken care, and the children and adult, and if you do the studies, further study, what take care you have to take, and how marriage take places, even in the small portion of a war, the border, our border experts, our border, all our military guys, how they work hard for a country, and the people who work for the house, like a driver, like a cook. So, in totality, everything, including a prize-winning event, that also
Right.
I found describing that. That by first two books, and the third book, well known, the Luminous Thread,
Right.
which I wanted to bring something, a divinity, a divine and divinity. Every individual has some inner power, and that inner power triggers the guy. And in that,
Mm-hmm.
a particular character, Arjun, who has a thirst to understand what is divinity from the childhood. So he travels throughout the in his life into the Himalaya mountain, and then he met some people other than
Mm-hmm.
Himalaya. Like it is like Himalaya, but it's not Himalaya. And the people that
Right.
lived 600 years and very tall, known as Sambhala. So that
Right. Right.
thereafter, he meet even Lord Shiva. Today is the auspicious day of Mahashivratri, and
Yes.
that's great.
Gee.
And Shiva gives him the enlight him, and he talks about anything happens, how to move. And the second part, which I brought in the book, is two young friends from the same village. They born and brought up together in different family. One, and I was struggling to name those character. During that time, my grandchildren, I dropped my grandchildren to the bus stop. So
Right.
they asked me, my granddaughter asked me, Dada, what a problem you have? I said, these are two characters, which one is an, I think the one character I wanted to make him to be an electrical engineer. The other character I want to make him to be a yoga or a internal power like a Kundalini. Then my granddaughter
Right.
said that why can't you make him give him the name of Leon? So the
Okay.
engineer name is Leon, given by my
Right.
granddaughter, and immediately my grandson, who is just 10 years,
Hmm.
he said that why can't you give the name of Rushik? Rushik
Okay.
as the other guy who is expert in the Kundalini and all these things. So these two characters together make some special device. So combining the engineering and the science and the
Mm-hmm.
mystic, the nexus, divine nexus, the science and the mystic
Okay.
together, all together, some instrument is developed. Look into the world, everybody is quarreling each other, the neighbor, the state, city, country. So even we are having so many spiritual experts, spiritual leaders, but still we are
Mm-hmm.
fighting each other. So I thought that we should make some device which has
Right.
nothing to do with anybody, and it evaluates some sort of frequency or something like that, and it triggers the human mind, and there will
Right.
be harmony. So that is the book about.
And the
And
fourth one now?
fourth is the Pavan Putra Hanuman, the hero character of every Indian from the Ramayana, and is the
Anji.
legend, living legend. So I try to give what exactly happened. If you see that Hindu mythology, I don't say mythology, but Hindu history, Sanatana.
Itihas.
uh,
Yes.
anything happens in the earth,
Hmm.
Vishnu has to come as incarnation, and he has to
Yes.
take care of everything. Shiva
Ji.
never. So that was the between three, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. It was a sort of rule that anything happens, Shiva or Brahma will not come, but reincarnation of Vishnu will come and take care. So Shiva was thinking what to do. Then Parvati asked, "What happened to you?" He said that I wanted to serve humankind like Vishnu does.
Hmm.
You are the great, you are the yogi, you can decide what to do. Then eventually at that time, uh, energy comes from his mind. And that
Mm-hmm.
energy taken by Pavan, that is wind god, and
Hanji.
it brings to Anjana. And Anjana is the mother of Maruti.
Hanuman. Ji.
So Anjana Putra, we say. Keshari is the
Ji.
father. Pavana Putra
Ji.
also we say because he brought. And
Ji.
finally, the Maruti, birth of Maruti, and why
Mm-hmm.
Anjana and Kesari were selected. So that is also, I have tried to give
Okay.
readers about that. So that is about my fourth book.
So, from my understanding, your first two books were a little more lighter read, did not maybe require so much research. But the second one, considering it's a little technical, and the third one coming from our Purans and Granth, required a lot of research. Please tell us about this research portion, because writing is not just about anything that comes to your mind, you just put it into words. So it is your obvious mantle that you have to wear of the truth. You have to put out the truth. Maybe you put it out in a different format from maybe someone else. At the end of the day, you cannot lie. So
Yeah.
even in the sci-fi, you cannot just have anything happening there, something that is even wrong scientifically. You can't put it out there. In case of Hanuman, the story that you may have developed upon, it has to be there. The story was obviously there. That portion is mentioned somewhere in some Upanishad, some Ved, some Granth. Kahin na kahin to hai. So how does this research come about? What were your research tools for these, sir?
Before the research, I want to tell about my father. My father
Ji,
was an export businessman.
ji.
Before British and after British, he worked, and he used to write Ramanama, and he wrote
Mhm.
10 million, that is 1 crore.
Oh,
It took
wow.
12 years to write that. And every year he used to read Ramayana. So we as a children used to sit together, me and my two elder sister, and we used to talk about Ramayana. He used to teach us what he's reading.
Mhm.
From the childhood, Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana is a part of our family book. It is a family grandam. And
Ji.
I born and brought up in Andhra Pradesh, where
Mhm.
the area where I was living was totally a religious people, all Brahmins, total high
Right.
class Brahmins and temples and such things were there. So from my childhood, my nurturing was from Bhagavatam and Ramayana started, Valmiki Ramayana. And I always admire N.T. Ramarao, the Telugu actor.
Mhm.
He has acted all character of our God. He acted as a Rama. He acted as Hanuman. So while I'm a child, I used to watch those movies. And
Right.
as you rightly said, they cannot write or they cannot show something which is not there. So,
Right.
so these are the things together which was there already in my mind. And Ramanand Sagar TV serial, and then another TV serial has come about the Jagannath. And in that
Yes.
there was a portion of Hanuman, and then Bal Hanuman one serial has come. I have read Valmiki Ramayana
Mhm.
several times. I have never read
Okay.
Tulsikat Ramayana. Only Hanuman Chalisa I have taken from Tulsikat. But everything
Mhm.
is from Upanishad, Ramayana. Upanishad, in sense, there are not those Upanishad which exclusively talking about Hanuman or Rama. But they used to talk
Right.
about the incarnation of the Vishnu, and the Rama and the Hanuman comes like that. Because Shiva
Right.
wanted to serve Vishnu, and Shiva came as a Hanuman, and he
Mhm.
was with Rama. So that was the my you can say research or whatever it is, because it will be a big challenge if I do something wrong, if I write something wrong. And
Exactly. 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 All right, sir. We have a lot of aspirational and budding writers also, among our viewers and people who would like to understand what is your routine? What is your discipline when you sit down to write a book? Inspiration may strike anyone at any time, but the discipline of writing a book, what is your routine to this, sir?
initially, there was no such writing discipline, but after completion of my first book, I joined one online course which is run by Sweta Madam from Bombay, Indian Author Academy. I joined as a gold member and have been trained under her. Still, I
Oh,
am her disciple, I can say. And the professional way writing, how to make a outline and how to create character and how to make chapters and every corner of the writing skills been professionally updated through this specific course under
right.
Sweta Madam. So, and my generally interest is uh, during my life of 75 years, whatever I have learned, what I have seen, and what I could not take means
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to read some book or I wanted to learn something which was not happen. due to long distance, or those days we don't have big library, and library were there, but we were in small town, we were not able to read books. So I thought that let me make such a books that it will be helpful to maximum reader, which I lost in my young age. So that was one other motivation factor. And I
Okay.
always admire Robin Sharma. He is also one of
Okay.
the motivator, because he started his career, he was a criminal lawyer, and suddenly he became a writer. And the first book he says about his first book, the monk who sold Ferrari. Nobody publisher were able to take his, because they say that what the name, what the book, nothing, not good, nobody can buy. So that was the depression he had. He came from a humble family, and he,
Right.
so that's another inspiration which I had. And the third inspiration I got it from Dr. Radhakrishna Pillai, who is based in Bombay, and who has done research work on Chanakya. He himself
Anji.
left the job and he went to Kerala, and he joined a Gurukul where he learned Chanakya Niti. And that language, those days language, it is beyond Sanskrit. And then he
Right.
has written so many books. He is very close friend of mine. Even he has
Okay.
given he has given good wishes for the book. He has given a video talk on that. And
Lovely.
the fifth, our great Sanjay sir, he also encouraged me for this book. My manuscript I have sent to him, and he has
Right.
given me a very good encouragement. And in acclamation, I have put what he said about my
Ji.
book. So these are the
That's
great
great.
people from whom I've been inspired.
Lovely. Okay, I would also like to understand is why did you get into writing? You wrote, you got an idea to write, yes, but how did the first thought of writing a book come across to you? You were busy reading, you had a life, you were with your grandchildren, with your son, family, everything. Why writing? You could have picked up another hobby. We would just
Yeah,
like for our followers and viewers to also understand that why did you take up writing? Was it a natural progression that you're a reader, so you become a writer? How did this come about, sir?
see, truly speaking, I'm not good in English. That is what my family always cursed me. I studied in Telugu medium, and those days when my father was having export business, I joined his business. Even his business colleague also told him that ask your son first learn English, how to speak. So this
Mhm.
was back of the mind that I'm not good in not proficiency in the language. So one person who has not proficiency in the language, if he can break and write something, because speaking can be happen, you can learn, you can speak, you can talk, or you can sing, but
Yes.
writing is something very big challenge. In my family, they're all expert. My daughter-in-law is a doctorate, my sister daughters are now doctorate, my
Very
sisters are
nice.
postgraduates, everybody are. My brother is no more, he's a CA and CS, and I was the only guy who was not doing good in my studies, because I was a sports guy. I was
All
a
right.
for kabaddi and all sports. A lot of certificate I have. So
Mm-hmm.
these are the things which always curse me, that you are not good at English. People say, "Do you believe it?" Then I said, "No." As you said, why writing? Why no other? I have acted in Telugu movie. So before writing, I have acted.
Oh, lovely.
Uh,
Lovely. Nice to know.
it was one of my ambition program, that in my life I
Mm-hmm.
need to act at least few film. So I acted some Telugu feature film. I've also acted for some advertisements and short films.
Okay.
That's over. Then what next? Sportsman, yes. I played up to Ranji Trophy. I was a cricketer. I was a football
Mm-hmm.
player, hockey player, runs, and all sort of sports activity. Then finally, it comes that something to write. So that was the trigger point,
Mm-hmm.
uh, gave
So
me an
basically, you're
energy.
ticking off the bucket list. You've done sports, you've done acting, you've done modeling, you've done this, and now writing bhi kar lu main. So that's how you're ticking off the bucket list now. That's
Yes,
nice. Nice to know.
and
So
in
viewers,
between,
this is something that all of you should understand that despite the fact that you may not be an avid, voracious reader, or someone who consumes something like 2 books a day, or maybe reads 5 books at a time, there's still hope. You can still be a writer. Someone who does not come from a literary background, who's never done literature as a subject or studied it, you can still write a book. So there is nothing to it. It's just putting down the discipline of holding the pen and putting it down to paper. Start writing the words. Not every time those words will then develop into a novel, not necessary, but at least you got down to doing it. Get down to the brass tacks. That's most important. And don't give up. Sir's story is an inspiration for everyone that he did not give up. He just mentioned that he was not so very well versed with the language. Despite that, he has written 4 books. Please read more. Sir, do you think it is important for a person to actually read more to be a writer? Ke chalega? You can just swing it.
Reading is basically a strong foundation, because you know
Ji.
what type of language to be used, and characters,
Mhm.
and it's really without reading, I don't think we can be a good writer.
Since we all know that Robin Sharma is your favorite, besides any other favorite authors?
Yeah, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Zig Ziglar,
Okay.
Napoleon Hill, and so many, Peter Drucker, Philip Kotler.
Okay, so these are
Endless.
all, let's say, the non-Indian authors. Someone in India, closer home.
Yeah, that is what I said. Dr.
Joy.
Radhakrishna Pillai,
Oh,
Sanjay
yes,
Sir,
you
over
mentioned. Sorry.
there.
Ji,
And
you mentioned him.
latest Narendranath Mishra, who wrote about
Okay.
Ramayana, and
Mm-hmm.
it is just using for present modern world, what Ramayana
Okay.
will help. So he take a particular small story from Ramayana, like Maruchi. Maruchi
Ji.
was a devil and supporting Ravan. So
Ji.
what is that? He says that when anybody who start his working a career in the company, first starting career, I mean initial career, he don't know what to do. His boss or his subordinate or his colleague or whomever it may be, they say that do it
Mm-hmm.
this. His mind said that no, I can't do. So that was the bringing one part from Ramayana to modern. So he's one of
That sounds
the
very interesting. That sounds very interesting. I love when someone thinks about it and puts it off, how the ancient wisdom can now be interpreted in our modern times. It's wonderful that you're able to do so, sir, or anyone else who does come across. So, what is
mystic.
the title of your 4th book? I'm sorry I missed on that. It's just Hanuman?
No, Pavanaputra Hanuman.
Okay, it
Why I
goes
have
back.
given the name? Because
G.
I was one of the co-author for one of the book,
Mm-hmm.
Suryaputra Karna. That was a
Okay.
Suryaputra Karna. In
Hanji.
that Blue Cloud publishers ask many authors to write about what you look into present modern Karna. So
Mm-hmm.
I compare Karna with General Manekshaw. I wrote about Manekshaw, that how he is like Karna. So that
Okay,
was
the outsider who became the mighty warrior.
yeah. So there are so many people wrote. I wrote about this, and I'm the one of the short
Okay.
story writer in that. So
What a
that triggered
lovely
me.
and deep thought, sir. This is something we should all pick up and read because General Manekshaw is a huge hero, a huge favorite. And how lovely you correlated him with Karan. I never thought of that, sir. Thank you for this thought. Thank you. This is amazing that you thought of it. So,
Thank you.
sir, before we end the show, when we have a poet on the show, we always ask them to read out a line or something, or an author of a book, we ask them to read an excerpt, maybe. But what we also do is, I've spoken to you about this earlier, and you mentioned 3 words which you use very often. I am going to name out those 3 words, and I would like for you to please, in short and a little brief, since we will be cutting out soon now, if you could just explain why you chose those words and what it means to you in terms of your books that you have put out. So, the 3 words that Sir shared with me were resilience, wisdom, and family. See, sir, please.
First, the book which I started reading was Leadership Wisdom. And
G.
wisdom came from my father. He's the way he uh, running the family, running the export business, and also reading Ramayana and Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So that wisdom, the word wisdom is something like which open the mind. And we compare Karna with the General Maneksha. So if you have that
Right.
wisdom, the window of wisdom, if you have, and you open that window, you will get all the beautiful breeze in it. So wisdom, that is the reason which I love that word wisdom. And in my all books, you will find wisdom many places. And the
Right.
second, I can say about the resilience. Resilience, yes, it is something very disciplined. Person has to be disciplined in his life. He has to be very forward thought thinker and never forget about the past, but not climbing the past, learn from the
Mm-hmm.
past, and not think about a future, but plan for future and be in present. So these are
All
the
right.
things which, if your resilience, you can monitor these things. That is what Bhagavad
Ji.
Gita Krishna taught about the mind. Mind is
Ji.
such a like monkey but you can not control, but by
Right.
practice you can modulate the mind. So that's
And
the
family?
family. Without family, there is no life. If you see,
Exactly.
if you see that family doesn't mean that blood relation. Family means you, Chandra sir. We are all our
Hmm.
family. We are bind with the literature family. So
Sir, आप तो
family.
पूरा वसुदेव कुटुंब पे आ गए.
Yeah, that is my book. In my book, it is written. If you see
Okay. So
this
viewers,
particular slok, I have written in my Luminous Thread.
ji,
What I can read that
please,
particular.
please, let's
Yeah,
close with that, sir.
yeah. See, if you see, it mean Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnamadasya Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamaya Vashishyate. So it is everything is
Yes.
zero. Everything is
Three is
family.
in one and one is
Yeah.
everything.
So that is the and the Ayam niyam parovite gana ladhuvecha sam adharichaste sa vasudeva kutumbam.
Kutumbam.
That means
Ji,
consideration like he is mine or he is another's occur only to the narrow-minded person. He said that I am and he.
ji,
That is only
ji.
narrow-minded things. But to the broad-minded, he says that whole world is my family. And
Thank
this
you,
is
sir.
Maha Upanishad.
Thank you so much, viewers. Leaving you with this Guru mantra now. कि कला लिटरेचर आपका है, आप कला लिटरेचर के हैं, कला प्रेजेंटेशन के हैं, एंड दिस इज ऑल वन. वी आर ऑल फॉर ईच अदर. प्लीज सर ने इनएडवर्टेंटली सॉरी गुरु मंत्र दे दिया. यू नीड टू बी रेजिलिएंट इन लाइफ. Stay by your discipline, stand by what you say. He has mentioned wisdom, obviously never let go, don't be foolish, please. And family is what God gives you. Family is what you make. Family is what you get. And that is what we all stand by. So I will sign off now. Thank you so much, Madhukar sir. It's been a pleasure. It's been more enlightening to talk to you than, I really wish we had more time. Sanjay sir, if we can have another session with him, I'd be very grateful. Love
Certainly,
to discuss
certainly.
more with him on these philosophical points. So
Thank
it's
you.
So
good
that was
evening from
really,
me now. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Madhukar sir. Over to you, Sanjay sir.
so that was a really an insightful conversation, Madhukar ji, uh, as we had expected it to be, with you being there, and we really enjoyed every moment of it.
Ji.
And with that, we come to the end of our episode. So that was Madhukar Parikh, a visionary author, strategist, and seeker, sharing his insights with us this evening. We hope you found this conversation thoughtful, inspiring, and expansive, a reflection on how discipline, spirituality, and innovation can come together to shape a more harmonious future. This brings us to the close of today's episode of the show, presented by Kala, that's crazy about literature and arts, in association with Let's Talk. If you missed any part of the discussion or would like to revisit key moments, the full episode will be available on Kala's YouTube channel at Sanjay Chandra 5376. Thank you for joining us and for being part of this growing community of readers, thinkers, seekers, writers. As Madhukarji said, we are all family. So, the community or the family. Until
Thank you.
next time, stay curious, stay reflective, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.